We're live. Go ahead. Get
Good.
after it. I gotta go reset some stuff real quick, so stay with me. We'll see how many people come in.
So we're live right now.
Yep.
So are you not going to tell them what we're doing?
Well, I'm working on some clerical stuff here real quick.
Live on the air?
Yep.
Well, there's no shame in our game.
That's right. That's right. Those of y'all that don't know, this is the Ball Guy, the Fat Boy podcast, and this is how we roll.
Live for the first time in living color. We're trying to work out the kinks out of this. So bear with us for just a minute, and we'll get into some more rousing sports talk.
I hope so.
Well,
See, I got to figure it out. We're on like a little bit of a delay too on there. So, and I'm hearing it. It's feeding back. It's playing on my computer. So, this is awesome. Uh,
so what's left to do? Just go on and see what it looks like, or what do we?
yep. Let's start. I'm watching it as we go, so don't even worry about it. You're good.
Let's paint a picture. We got several pictures to paint.
What do you want to start with?
Well, let's pull back the curtain a little bit, and let's talk about why we haven't been. There's been several reasons why we haven't been doing shows.
And that is
Number
mainly on me. I would just like everybody to know that that is mainly on me.
Well, most of it is, but I don't want to throw you under the bus. Some of it's on trying to figure out how to go live. That's some of it. We decided that we didn't really want to try to go on another show until we figured out live. And then you've also had a flood. You've also had your work life come into play. Um, and I think there had to be something I did wrong too in there. I just can't remember what it is right now on the top of my head. So therefore, it's been a little while since our last podcast.
It has. It has.
But there's been lots of stuff happen. Like for instance, yesterday we had the 150th Kentucky Derby, and my horse lost by this nose right here.
That's not the funniest thing about that though. Come on.
Well, there's lots of funny things. I don't know if I want to tell everything, but I probably wind up will. But I'm just saying, there's yes, what the ball guy's referring to is my wife made a pick before the race, and she picked it exactly right, and I didn't get any money bet on that, so I lost that. And then the two horses I did pick, they both came in, I think, respectively. I think second and third, or second and fourth. I'm not sure exactly. So it was an eventful Kentucky Derby. I watch and bet on the Kentucky Derby every year. It's one of my favorite events. It's one of my bucket list events. If I were to ever have the type of money that it would take to go there and do that, I would really love to do it, because I would look good in one of them seersucker suits, and one of them good looking hats, and my wife all dolled up in one of her big old hats. We would shine like new pennies.
I know
Uh,
you. I know.
but like kind of like what you're wearing, but times 10.
Times
So
10. Okay.
times
Yeah.
10. Because I'd turn it up loud. I don't know exactly how loud it'd be, but it'd be loud. It'd be some kind of big, and it'd probably be a suit that represents Alabama,
Oh, I could see that. I could see that. That would be pretty awesome.
Kentucky. Yeah, that would really enthuse the crowd, wouldn't it?
Would you really want to do that though? I mean, to all those fans out there. I mean,
I
come
really,
on.
I really, really would. And then, but there's a lot of horse racing going on. Um, as you can
Are
tell,
you a big horse race guy other than the Kentucky Derby?
I'm a big horse race guy for the Triple Crown. Other than
Okay.
that, I'm not a big horse race guy. You give me the Belmont Stakes, the Preakness, and the Kentucky Derby, which I know all three. I even said them. So yes, I'm big for the Triple Crown. I think those are American stalwarts. But I don't believe I wouldn't want to be right watching the Arkansas Derby or anything like that. So there comes a beginning and an end to my horse racing um, prowess, so to speak.
Right. How deep you get into it. It's kind of like somebody that watches golf and only watches the majors. That's where you're
Yeah,
at.
like that. I watch all the golf, but I only watch the majors in horse racing. Of course, we're coming off two. We're coming off two championship series where the Dallas Mavericks have moved on to Oklahoma City to the second round, and now as of tonight, as of a few minutes ago, the Dallas Stars had the toughest first round series that anybody can ever remember against an 8 seed that really
Oh,
wasn't an 8 seed, and they
I don't
started off
think that's the toughest series against an 8 seed. Hockey playoffs are known for that. Come on, man.
not according to all the people I'm talking to, and one of them includes the hockey intern, and he told me he said this is like playing a Western Conference final in the first round. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's how I'm basing it.
Well,
So,
I was ready. Everybody was worried about him. I was ready to get Vegas out of the way. If you're worried about Vegas, let's go.
well, there's one thing being worried about them and let's go to, I mean, just clawing your ways out. They started off 0-2. They looked miserable the first two games at home. It's a miracle they won the
Vegas
series,
is always more physical than they are, though.
but they also came. They also got healthy at the exact right time. They'd been hurt all season. That's why they were an 8 seed. The
Okay.
defending champions were an 8 seed coming in. They'd been unhealthy, and as the playoffs started, they got healthy and got tough. And I'm telling you, this was not your mom and pop's 8 seed.
Well, but either way, if they're in the Western Conference, you've got to go through them to go win the Stanley Cup. So you might
Like
as
this.
well have them first round.
I mean, all due respect to the Avalanche, we're fixing to play them, and from everybody I talked to, that series we're fixing to play next will not be near as tough as the series we just won.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't get cocky before we go over there and play.
That is a what would be the right term? That is a hot sports take on our first live podcast.
Oh yeah, that's a hot sports take,
That's
huh?
a hot sports take that the level of competition will be not as stiff in the second round of the NHL playoffs as it was in the first round for the Dallas Stars.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's that big of a hot take. What we're lucky with really is the fact that Winnipeg lost.
See, I haven't even concerned myself with that.
Well, you
Uh,
should have because we don't fare well against our old coach. Okay, so you need to be thinking about that.
okay, well, I
That's
thought about
why nobody wanted to face them. So they're gone. They didn't win. They got beat. So now we get to go and play the Avalanche and see what happens.
yeah. Okay, and then we've kind of talked about the Stars. Well, them Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic Mavericks had a pretty tough series too, but not as tough as the Stars. And now they got to go and play a tougher series against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh,
How do
I think health is the reason it wasn't. I think if Kyrie hadn't went off in Game 6, first of all, and he actually had 2 games where he went off,
Yeah,
but not only did he do that, but if Kawhi would have been healthy for the Clippers, I think that series would have been tougher. We'd at least had to go to a Game 7. I really believe that.
yeah,
Got
probably
pretty
so,
lucky that he got hurt.
probably so. But I don't know. We'll see how. Well, I mean, this next series is going to be the proofs in the pudding because I personally think I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to include Colorado in this, and even the Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves are the second best team in the Western Conference.
The second best team?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, okay. Who do you think the first best team is?
The Dallas Mavericks.
Okay. Okay.
That's gonna ruffle a lot of Colorado and Minnesota Timberwolves fans. But I personally believe that the MVP of the league is on the Dallas Mavericks.
I don't know. They haven't announced it yet, have they?
I know they haven't announced it, but I'm doing giving you another hot take on this live podcast.
That's what you think he should be, right?
That's what I know that he should be. Now, whether or not everybody else knows or not is a different story.
Well, I mean, it's whether the voters picked him or not.
Well, all I can do, all I can tell you is that they should have, because he is the most valuable player.
Well, I mean, SGA is pretty valuable and the Joker's valuable. So it's not like you could say either one of those aren't.
Well, okay. Well, I don't necessarily want to argue that because I think you're on my side.
No, I am. I'm a big Luca fan. I think Luca deserves it. I think if Luca doesn't win it this year, I don't know what he could possibly do to win it.
Yeah. So let's just have good thought. Let's have good thought about him winning it, and maybe they'll come true.
Okay, well you're Mr. Positivity, so I'll let you do that.
And you ain't.
No, no, that's not me.
Um. Now we have not been on the air since the vaunted Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys were on the clock, have we?
No, I do not believe we've had a chance to talk about that draft. So what's your opinions on the draft?
I give every move a B plus except for the second pick of the draft, and I give it a C minus. So therefore, for the draft for the Cowboys, I give the draft a B minus.
Why do you give the second pick?
I personally, I don't know why. I think there was better players higher on the board at that position for whatever reason, other than the person they picked at the second pick.
Well, I mean, what was wrong with the second pick? I don't understand.
I just didn't want that. I personally, as a Cowboy fan, did not want that position at that pick.
Why?
I just didn't. I wanted to go back into the draft and later in the draft to get that particular position. That was just my per.
If,
I had
if he was the next best player on their board, and they
I,
still had options left
okay.
after that.
Okay. Well, for the draft, I listened to two or three people. I listened to Brian Broaddus. I listened
Okay.
to Mel Kiper Jr.
Yeah.
And none of those boards, none of those people boards had that player that high on any of their boards.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Therefore, why would the Cowboys have?
none of them are scouting for the Cowboys right
Why
now.
would the Cowboys have that player that high on their board? I don't get it. It doesn't matter. That's the only thing about the draft for the Cowboys I did not understand.
Maybe there's something that your new DC likes about it.
Well, okay, that's not my point. My point is explain. Somebody come and explain it to me why we have to take that player and why everybody else is saying that we could have got him later in the draft. Well, I mean,
Yeah, but just because they're like he should have been available later doesn't mean somebody else didn't see the same thing the Cowboys saw and wouldn't have picked him then.
well,
Does it?
I,
I mean,
this is a podcast basically about our opinions about how sports go, and as far as I'm concerned, I just didn't care for the Cowboys' second round pick. There bound to be others out there in podcast land that agree with me. I just
oh, there may be, but that doesn't mean that's that's the truth. You won't know till we see them next year.
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, maybe
Next
so.
year, when they
Maybe.
actually hit the field and start playing, we'll know what we have. I mean, I'm pretty sure a couple years ago, nobody really wanted us to take a linebacker in the first round. How'd that work out for us?
Worked out pretty good.
Okay.
But
All right. So let's have a little faith. Have a little faith.
okay, fine. I personally, I didn't care for that pick at that time, and I have a lot. There's a lot of other people that agreed with that on the actual draft show itself, which I'm pretty sure I don't believe you watched much of.
No, I didn't. But I saw some of the stuff leading up to it. But all of that's just people sitting around talking.
Yeah, well, all I can tell you is what I watched. I mean, I watched literally, especially the first 3 rounds. I watched pretty much every minute of the draft, and
Yeah,
all
but
the
you didn't
things
watch any film on the kid. You're sitting here.
I let other people that know what they're watching more than me watch the film on the kid and
Let's
tell me
be
about
original and have your own opinion and actually watch some film on some of these guys.
it.
That should
I'm
be
not.
something
I,
we do next year leading up to the draft is watch some film and see what these guys do to where you don't have to take somebody else's word for it.
well, I'm pretty good with just taking somebody else's word for
Come on,
it.
man. Sometimes you got to put in the work yourself.
Well, I mean, that's fine. If I had any skin in the game, like if they'd actually listen to me for doing that, I might do that. But other than that,
Hey,
uh,
I'll listen to you doing it. It's okay.
there you go. Uh,
All right,
well,
so that's enough on the Cowboys. What you got? What you got up next?
well, it won't be long this week. This week they're the PBR, which I've been advertising about the PBR. By the way, Cowboy Cerrone is out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got hurt. He got hurt on a practice bull. He didn't even make it. He didn't even make it to the show where the real bull was going to hurt him. He got hurt on a practice bull, tore his shoulder or something. So he's
Okay,
done.
he'll
I'm
be
just
back.
saying, if a practice bull is going to hurt him, imagine what Twisted Steel was going to do to the boy.
I mean, do you not think any of these guys have got hurt in practice before?
Well, that's not my point. I
Yeah, it
just,
is.
I
It's a
know my
big
point
point.
is, my point was he thought he was going to ride Twisted Steel, and he couldn't get back past a practice bull. They're not near nothing like what Twisted Steel was going to be. I think the practice bull saved his life. Is what I'm trying to say. Uh,
No, come on.
Cowboys to be thankful for the practice, and I'm quoting Justin McBride on this. Thank God for the practice bull is what Justin McBride said. Justin McBride said that bull might have been a blessing in disguise
May have been.
because Twisted Steel was not going to be a blessing.
Ah, you never know, man.
Oh
I wanted
no,
to see him do it. I wanted to see him ride it.
you wanted to see him get killed. You wanted to see
No,
the car wreck, and that's fine.
I did not
But
want to see. I wanted to see how long he could stay on.
well, uh, I, I, I wasn't really cared about how long he stayed on. I was worried what the bull was going to do him once he got off.
Right.
So the so I said all that to say that in I think it's May the 15th
Uh
ish
huh.
that's when they're gonna be starting the World Championships at Jerry World, and I'll be and there's over 1,000 points available. Castillo Diaz is in the lead, and probably about 900 and something points. So therefore, there still can be another champion for the PBR Unleashed the Beast series, and then in July the PBR team starts back, and people need to be. I think people are sleeping on the PBR, the team series, and it's highly entertaining. I have to. That's one of the blessings I got out of COVID. When I had COVID and we were in the COVID lockdown, I started watching the PBR and bull riding because they kind of picked up faster than a lot of other people did, and I really fell in love with the whole sport.
Really?
Really,
So you never were like into bull riding and rodeoing earlier, like
a
when you were
little,
a kid or anything?
a little bit, but nothing like I am into the PBR now. And I don't. I mean, I don't really much care for even still this day like roping and stuff. I don't really much care for that. That's just not my cup of tea. But the PBR series and the PBR team series, the Unleashed the Beast series, they excite me quite well. I like the characters, and when I say characters, I mean there are two different types of characters: the rider themselves and the bull. See the bull. See, you 100 points are available, and 50% comes from the rider, and 50% comes from the bull itself. So you can be a lot of people go. A lot of people go to those shows to watch the bull.
I don't know about a lot of people, but
Well, when they asked that at the arenas, there's a lot of people clapping for them. So the bovines got fans too. I think that's cool.
yeah, no, I think that's awesome. I mean,
But
I think that
to
adds
be
mystique to the sport. I
for
think
some,
what the PBR did, the PBR is a marketing machine.
yeah, they really are.
I mean, they were the first ones that opened up and put advertising on anywhere you could possibly put it.
Oh, it's
Inside the chutes, on the front of the chute, wherever there was some real estate, they had somebody pay to put their name there.
they got it on the dirt. They got it on the bullfighters. They got it on the gates. They got it everywhere you could. I mean,
I saw a documentary on it one time, and it was pretty crazy how they started out and they didn't know if anybody was going to watch it at first, and just talking about how building revenue and any way they could, getting in there and doing it. Man, it was awesome.
and I heard somebody say this a long time ago. You play football and you play basketball and you play baseball, but you don't play bull riding. And them bulls can kill you.
No, that's probably true. You're right. You don't play bull ride.
You don't play bull riding. You participate in the sport of bull riding. There ain't no playing in bull riding.
I
That's
think
you.
we need to get you out there and get you on a bull again.
Yeah, I can see that.
We've heard about your mutton busting career. It's
Yeah,
pretty elusive.
one and done, and the mechanical bull was even worse. So yeah,
I think a
you
mechanical bull would be better.
you would think by the size of me, because I'm big in the middle, like I'm fat in the middle,
Uh-huh.
you would think I was plumb, but that doesn't work that way.
Is that what it is? You
The
get
bubble,
out of balance a little bit and you can
you would
fall.
think you would think the bubble would be in the middle, but it's really not.
It's really not. No, the bubble lands on the ground whenever you get on the bull, I'm pretty sure.
It's on the ground. So no, I'm not be getting on the bull ain't happening. But be talking about PBR Unleashed the B series and the World Finals and the PBR team series coming up in July is happening. Uh, there we have a kind of, I don't know, it's not a necessarily a joke, but it's kind of a running debate on this show. When I'm talking about PBR, I'm not kidding around. Now, what I'm about to talk about, you have some problems with. This is one of your favorite subjects. How much UFL have you been watching?
Uh the same amount that I would have told you I watched whenever it was in January.
Well, I watched all four games this weekend, all four, and we had some really good minor, even I'll even say it, minor league football, the second tier football, but it's better than the football we would have if it wasn't on the television. So, and therefore, and Battlehawks are in lead in one division, and the Birmingham Stallions are in the lead in the other division. And we had some good, exciting football, and we're headed to the June championship. See who's going to be the champion, the first champion of the UFL.
Yeah, and who do you
AJ,
think's going to be there?
huh?
Who do you think's going to make it?
I think it's going to
Since
be
you're
the
so in
Battlehawks.
depth over here, who is it?
It's going to be the Battlehawks and the Stallions.
Okay, who's MVP?
AJ McCarron back to back.
I want to cut your feed every time you say that. Just because he's the
AJ
Alabama guy. Come on.
AJ McCarron back to back MVP. What was the XFL is now the UFL, and yes, he is playing that good.
Yeah, he's playing great enough to be recognized in non-major league football.
And by the way, there were 30. I think there were 33,000 fans at the Battlehawks game this weekend.
Uh-huh.
Which I know that's not the same kind of near the same kind of numbers as the NFL, but that's still a pretty good crowd to watch what you consider to be less than pro football.
You know what? We could market and build it up, and we could get 33,000 people to come watch you ride a mechanical bull.
No way.
Yeah, 100%.
No way. But what you can do is you can put AJ McCarron and the Battlehawks on the field against the Houston Roughnecks and get 33,000 in St. Louis to watch a football game, and that's what they did.
Okay.
So I am very proud and pleased with how the UFL is going. So is it two owners, which is Dwayne the Rock Johnson
Mm-hmm.
and I feel so bad. I just wow, come on, Harris. Go ahead, talk about something. Talk about how much you don't like it.
Oh, I mean, that's easy, man. I don't understand why these guys that should be out there having day jobs or playing football and
And
trying to call them professionals.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Danny Garcia being the primary owners of the UFL and how good that league is going.
Okay. How good is the league going? I mean,
You look it up. I think they've been getting good crowds, good rating, and a good result.
they're gonna have to get ratings, but we'll see. I hope y'all hang in there, man. If y'all make it another year, I'll watch some.
Oh, okay. We're gonna definitely make it. I think it's gonna be around a long time.
Yeah, we've thought that about every football league
This,
come along
yeah,
to.
I think because of your two owners, this is gonna be a little different. I think you're way underestimating Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Danny Garcia. I really do.
I don't know, maybe so. So
So what else do we need to talk about when it comes to sports? How about them? How about them defending world champions, Texas Rangers? They won. They won today.
yep. Hey, we
And
got Tim Moody in the chat over here.
oh, so I'm not. So that's a good question. I'm not going to be able to see the chat at all,
Nope, not yet. We'll have to work on that.
huh? Uh huh. So this is going to be a reason for us to be at the same place at the same time. What was the hockey intern or Tim Moody's question?
He just said go Stars. So he got here a little late to hear the Stars talk, I think.
Yeah, probably so. I watched the entire Stars game, and it was awesome. I mean, it was, but like we discussed earlier, it was not. There's nothing about this was a 1-8 game, other than the fact that those were the numbers. Uh, but we'll see that. We'll see that in the next round when Dallas. I'm calling my shot here. Dallas dominates Colorado.
You think Dallas is going to dominate Colorado? So
From my
you're saying we probably need to go to one of the first two games if we were planning on going.
yeah, we need to go. Yeah, well, I don't know necessarily. I'm calling for a sweep, but I'm calling us to knock them in the head pretty quick. And if that's out of bounds, I don't want to be in bounds.
So you just think they're going to knock them out quick. You don't know when or what round or nothing. How
Uh,
many games? I'm gonna go 5 games.
okay. I don't know. I just know that I know that we're going to look. I think the Dallas Stars will come out looking even more shinier and more powerhouse ridden than we did against Vegas because Vegas was not your typical 8 seed. That's just my opinion. I'm very new to this. I could be way wrong, but when it comes to sports, I typically am not.
Hey, the hockey intern has come on and said that he thinks it goes 7.
Against Colorado,
Yep.
yeah, I'll have to call him later and explain to him. Maybe we might need to bet a lunch on that or something.
Oh man, I can't believe he doesn't understand it the same way you understand it. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it is. I'm such an expert in it now.
I know. I know.
I go to one game and everybody wants to question me.
I know. He's to thank for that, right?
Yeah, that's who took me to the game. Now, now, now the student has passed the master.
Is that what he's gonna have to catch up?
Yeah, I once was a young Padawan. Now I'm not.
No, you're not.
That's for the May 4th. May the 4th be with you, people. We had a we had the Star Wars Day here a few days ago, or a couple days ago, or maybe yesterday, or whatever it was. Uh,
Today's the 5th. It would have been yesterday. Yes,
it's
sir.
been yes- See, I'm all my days are all mixed up. I'm so happy.
So happy.
Yeah, so happy.
Well, I don't know how you missed a day in here, but I mean, especially as exciting as the 4th was. I mean,
Yeah, because with my new job, I don't really keep up with the date very often. So,
uh,
okay, I mean, I hate to pull the curtain back again. What are you doing exactly?
well, I'm working on something. So you keep
So,
you keep telling us something over there.
okay, I just want to make sure that there's nothing wrong. I'm actually talking to people.
Yeah, well, there's you're actually doing something. So you just keep talking.
The so I was talking about. We also had golf this weekend. Did you see who won on Live Golf this weekend?
No, I didn't. Who did?
Brooks Koepka won the tournament this weekend. They were in Singapore, so we had PGA golf kinda, but they were in Dallas. And when did they rename the Byron Nelson to something else? I don't know if I care for that at all. Now it was the CJ Cup Byron Nelson. When did that happen?
Uh, I don't remember. I guess this is the first year, isn't it?
I don't remember it. I know it didn't. I don't know. I don't know if I care for it. They kept saying this is the CJ Cup Byron Nelson, and there was hardly very. I mean, of the good golfers that are available to play on that particular tour, there wasn't none of them in there. There some guy named Pendrith won it this weekend for the PGA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Where's he
and
at?
then um, we also I watched I watched another good sporting event this weekend, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I'm losing my mind. What are you doing? You're driving me insane.
Oh, is that tripping you out a little bit? Okay.
Yes,
I don't
that's
know.
me.
I'm working on a surprise here in a minute. So I don't know. We'll see. I can't. My technical skills aren't near what they used to be.
Well, I know one thing. It's annoying on my end.
Why is it annoying on your end? You got this.
Yeah, sure I do. I need help.
Well,
Go. Talk about.
well, tell me how great the UFL is again. I can always listen to that.
I know you can.
Uh,
What are you doing?
technical, man, technical. I'm working on this over here. Trying to.
This gonna be the most lousy podcast anybody's ever seen.
I don't think so. I mean, it's live. I don't think it's going to be the most lousy one anybody's ever seen. But anyway, so tell me, let's see, where are we at here? We're on, we've talked about the UFL. We've
Well, we
talked
got
about,
to talk about the about Oklahoma City and the Mavericks. I mean, as far as how we feel about that matchup, and I mean, what we see the direction the Mavericks are going. Do you think they match up well against Oklahoma City?
yeah, I think they match up well
Do you
against
think they
Oklahoma.
can get out and run with Oklahoma City?
I think we want to get out and run with Oklahoma City.
Well,
I
I don't
don't
know
think
if they
Oklahoma
do.
City wants to go run with us.
I think they do.
What makes you think that?
I just think that they want to
They're
run.
young? You think it's because they're young?
Yeah, I think they want to run.
I think their bigs and our bigs is gonna be the series.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's
What is
all gonna be in the front court.
Chet Holmgren? That's their main big man, Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, they've got another one. He kind of unlocked their offense whenever he come in there, being able to distribute and shoot and play. But I mean, between SGA being outside, he's a feisty defender. Let's say feisty defender. But let's not sleep on Dallas's defense. The Mavericks have showed up on the defensive end. I think Luka had a block on a 3-point shot the other night. Kyrie did. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, especially for a team before the deadline that was playing. I would say better, very little defense before the trade
At the
deadline.
beginning of the year, Jason Kidd come out and said they were comfortable playing in the 120s.
Yeah,
And at the trade deadline, that was like at the beginning of the year. At the trade deadline, we completely flipped that.
thank God. Well, there couldn't have been a more important pair to add than PJ Washington and of course I just did it again.
Gafford.
Gafford, thank you,
Yep.
Gafford at the deadline. I have got to figure out a way to quit doing that. Going blank people's names. I guess it's old age. Is that old age when you?
Probably. By the looks of your beard, I'd say yes, that's old age.
Hell, that was rude. I
Well,
don't. I don't ever comment about the gray in your beard.
well, you can. I've earned all of it, man. Look, it's really right back here in the back is kind of where it settles in the most on me.
Podcast with you a few months ago. This was all dark.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh, you're welcome. You're
yeah.
welcome. I know that's why being on here is good for you because I make you question a lot of your life decisions. So it's okay.
I guess somebody has to.
But yes, the Mavericks can 100% run with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
I mean, they don't scare me that much coming in as a 1 seed. They just don't.
Okay. Well, they. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if "scared's" the right word. Um.
Make you nervous? What are you looking for here? I mean, the
Well,
travel on this series is going to be so much better. Some of the games are going to be a little later than I would like for them to be. But I mean, it's a 2 hour trip between the two.
how do you feel about the? I mean, the Timberwolves look like they might be. They might be a little salty for the Denver Nuggets. You think Denver comes out of that series?
They might. I mean, I think that series is going to be a battle. I also think whoever comes out of that series is going to be kind of beat up a little bit.
Hmm. Well, that makes sense. But that first game, Timberwolves kind of put the foot on them a little bit.
Well, I mean, they're different than what the Nuggets. I mean, they're different than anybody plays anymore. They got two big men.
Yeah, which I just can't stand Gobert, but I get your point.
Well,
And
I
Cat
mean,
and Cat can get out there at 3 and just go to work.
yeah,
So
you
I
may not like Gobert, but I mean,
he's solid.
and for some reason he's better. He's better in Minnesota with Cat and Anthony Edwards than he was with Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I don't know what that
Because,
is.
well, the problem is when he was with Donovan Mitchell, it was kind of those two, and you could isolate him, spread him out, make him move a lot more. Whenever you try to spread out Minnesota, they can let Cat go guard the big guy that's going to do anything outside and still let Gobert play off on somebody to where he can help.
Yeah,
I mean, it works good for their system, what they put together.
I see.
But
Okay.
think about this. They're looking good in the playoffs. This is the first time they've won a playoff series in I don't know how long, right? And there's still questions on whether the ownership is going to go through the ownership trade.
See, I don't even know. I don't even know nothing about that because I don't keep up with any of that.
No, it's A Rod and whoever else was supposed to be buying them, and it was supposed to be done already, and they missed their last payment.
Oh,
They
I
were
heard.
late on one payment, and I think they were
I
late
did,
on another.
I did hear something about that, and it's a big mess, is what I heard.
Yeah, yeah. They're saying, no, wait, we did all we had to do was show proof that we had it. We
Yeah,
didn't actually have to pay you.
and the problem was the guy that owns the team now has lost his mind. Is what the way I understood it.
Oh, the way I understand it is the uh, organization has just about doubled in the last 2 or 3 years, however
Well,
long it's supposed to be going on.
when I say he lost his mind, he's made a deal and tried to crawfish on the deal because his team went through the roof.
I don't know if you know this, but I mean, he owns the team. I think he's still a majority owner. All they're doing is kind of buying him out, and he has more money than the other guys. So most of the time, if you have good lawyers, you can get that handled.
Well, like I said, I mean, I feel for him, but the guys, the interview I saw, the dude was a nut.
Well, I mean, who was interviewing him?
Why does that matter? All you do was asking questions.
No, of course it matters. You can make anybody look crazy in an interview, depending on how
Uh,
you do it and edit it.
I see. Well, okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
No argument needed there.
There's never any argument needed.
There's always argument needed with you. You go out of your way to figure out a way to do arguments.
Whenever I say something, just go, okay, I see your point. You're right. And then move on down the road.
Well, that would make for a very boring podcast, and that ain't never happening. I, I can't wait. I can't wait for this podcast when we get into the SEC schedule and my team whooping up on your team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
a shame
got.
you didn't get to talk a lot this past year. I hate that for you.
What do you mean I didn't get to talk a lot?
You didn't get to talk a lot this year.
How far did y'all make it in the playoffs?
I don't know. Did y'all get to play us in the playoffs? No, y'all got to play us at the beginning of the year, and it did not work out well for you.
Y'all won the game before we figured out our quarterback.
No, we figured out your quarterback before y'all figured out your quarterback.
We won a game before we figured out who our quarterback was going to be. Once we got all that straightened out, we went to playoffs.
Hey, no, the guy you wanted to be your quarterback, you were ready to run out of town after he played Texas. So don't even.
I don't remember anything about that. All I remember is
I have video proof. We could go back and pull up the episodes where he was not the guy. This is not going to work. We don't know what we're going to do.
I'm playing heel on this. You could show me the tape, and I still would disagree with it.
I 100% believe that you would. I'm just saying.
All I can tell you is y'all won a regular season game in the season. We went to the playoffs. We didn't do very good in the playoffs, but we still went.
Okay. What does that mean? I don't understand.
This year there'll be 12 teams going to the playoffs, and of course, there's a chance that we'll be one of them. I don't think there's a chance y'all will be. But
who were in the playoffs last year?
Huh?
Who was in the playoffs last year?
Us and Michigan and Washington, and I don't remember who's the other one.
Who was the other one?
Hell, I don't know.
You don't remember?
Not really.
Man, I wish you could pull that up. I really wish you'd pull that up.
I can't pull nothing up. My phone is what I use to.
Hold on. I'm gonna show it to you.
I have selective amnesia when it comes to some things.
Well, how does that work?
Well, you know how it works. I only want to hear or see what I want to hear or see. What do you mean? How does it work?
Who was the other team, man?
It was Washington and Alabama and Michigan and
who was the other team?
oh God, I can't remember. That's been over 2 months ago. I don't remember who the other team was.
Okay, well, let's see. So it was Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama.
See, I knew there was a reason I couldn't remember who it was.
Yeah, I know. Hold on, I wanted to show it to you. Here you go. So there's. Look, I want you to look right there. Let's see what focus in. Come on.
It's blurry. I can't see it.
It's gonna focus. Hold on.
It's blurry. I can't see it. Don't worry about it.
I can blow it up for you. Can you see it?
I tell you something else about that though.
What?
I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do.
No, don't. Not even a little bit.
See, because that right there was a preview of next year. We'll have to take Alabama's spot in order to be there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a good thing. It's a good thing it goes to 12, so y'all get in next year.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see. I've got a lot of people chirping about that. We'll see how that goes.
Oh yeah, no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't even worry about it.
A lot of people think because of our new coach and everything, we're going to fall off the table. I hope people think that. I really, really do. I got a big feeling we're going to be right back in the Heisman conversation.
In the Heisman conversation? Who cares about the Heisman conversation?
Well, if your quarterback's in the Heisman conversation, more than likely you'll be a number one seed in the playoffs. And number one seed in the playoffs where you want to be.
Who won the Heisman last year?
Boy from LSU.
They
But
weren't
that
even in the playoffs.
but this is a different year.
Oh, oh, so your logic, although while it doesn't apply most years, this next year it's going to be important.
Yeah, the teams that the teams with good quarterback play is going to change with this top 12 is going to change a lot.
You think?
Yeah, I really do.
I don't think it's going to
Well,
affect.
I think I think the quarterback play is going to be extensively more important than it has been in the past, based off the 12 team, based off the 12 team playoff.
Really?
Yes, sir. You can mark that down. You can mark down the fat boy said that too prior to going into the season. I think the quarterbacks are going to be that extensively more important.
So you're saying I don't know if the quarterback could be more important. Quarterback was already pretty important in college
He
football.
was, but now he's going to be more important.
I don't know.
Well, I believe it. So we'll see if it comes to fruition, and I hope I can figure out a way to quantify it. But we'll figure it out.
You think?
Yeah, yeah, I do. So we talked about football, both kinds, three kinds actually. We've talked about hockey. We talked about bull riding. We talked about golf. Talked about basketball. What
Uh-huh.
else? What else do we need to cover on this first ever inaugural live podcast? Have we got any any more comments in the chat, or is that
No, no, we're
well?
there.
We didn't advertise this. This was our first time. We're going to advertise this a little
I
better.
mean, the way this is going, I don't think we should have advertised it. I mean, I think we're doing good right now just to get on here and kind of get the live kind of figured out. I got to figure out the chat and where I can put it to where I could still see and talk and be
Yeah,
involved.
all the looking away and stop talking during the podcast because I play off of you, and when you quit on me, I it doesn't work
I'm
very well.
leaving you hanging out over there by
Yeah,
yourself.
you leave me hanging out here, and I'm the uh, that ain't working. So we're gonna have to figure some of this technical issues out and figure this stuff out. But I don't know how else you figure it out than on the air. But I know it makes us look like goofballs trying to figure it out on the air.
I mean, if anybody's watched any of our videos, we look like goofballs anyway. So whether it's live or whether it's not, I don't
There's,
think it's making a
there's
difference.
a solid point in that particular point, and I
Yeah.
agree with you. But I'm just saying, um, I would like to. We did have a volunteer out, but I didn't even tell him where because I wasn't sure. I couldn't tell anybody else that we were going to do it until I was sure we were actually going to do it.
Well, I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know either way.
Well, I know you didn't, and you've been busy, and you've kind of had some natural disasters come on. You had to blow dry some chickens. I
I
mean,
have, man. This is pretty crazy stuff over here. You don't know. This flood in Central Texas has been rough.
yeah,
It's been
um,
really, really rough.
yeah, flooding and ch- chicken blow drying and work and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Hey, it is no joke, man. My garage had 3 inches of water in it, and it was an adventure over here around my place. So I'm sorry we didn't get to record, but if I would
Well,
have told y'all what I was doing, y'all would have understood for sure.
yeah, well, it is just. I'm not a bit upset about that. I'm more upset. Um, I'm not upset with anything now that I mentioned it. So is there anything else you want to talk about before we let these people alone?
I mean, we got if we put in another 8 minutes, we'll have an hour on here.
Well,
Yeah.
you have 8 minutes of things to talk about.
Well, heck yeah. I mean, I could tell you reasons the UFL sucks for 8 minutes.
Well, go ahead. Start you name a reason, and I'll tell you why it doesn't suck for that reason.
Okay, so they let all these Alabama players that couldn't make it in the NFL come over there and play and take up
That's
spots.
that absolutely ain't true at all.
What are you talking about? Of course it is.
AJ played and was in the NFL for over 10 years. He just left the NFL to come back to the battle hall.
Well, because he got too old and he didn't want to be a backup, and he's from Alabama, so he has attitude issues.
He has no attitude issues. He wanted to play. He wanted to play more. He wanted to hone his craft more. So therefore, he said told Cincinnati he was going to go play UFL, and he'll see him. He'll see him in the summertime. If they want to pick him back up, fine. If they don't, fine. He's fit to be win his second MVP in the UFL.
Hold on, let me ask you: does he make more money in the UFL or as a backup quarterback in Cincinnati?
What do you have any idea what the players make in the UFL?
No, I don't. That's why I'm asking.
I don't have any clue. I don't know what any salaries are in the
I
UFL.
thought you, as big as supporter and tooting the horn for him, I figured you were in the room when y'all discussed salary over there.
Well, you were wrong because I don't know what they make.
I cannot imagine that you're not in there and don't know.
Yep.
No, I mean it's fine. It isn't that big a deal. I mean, I'm sure
But we
they
need to
make a
tell
little
them
bit.
you looking it up as a part of the show.
As a part of the show, what?
Look up the salaries for the UFL. Time we figured out and finish discussing it, it'll be about time to our hour might be up.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, why ain't you
What's
looking it
up?
up? Oh,
Hey,
What's
look.
going on?
Oh my goodness, man.
What's
Look
going
at this.
on?
The hockey intern has dropped in.
What's going on, fellow sports fans?
Lord have mercy.
I knew we needed a special guest on this one.
Yeah, I made it in right at the end. I got the last minute in.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I
Can
don't.
y'all see me? I got this going on my phone. Can y'all see
We
me?
do not see you. Your video is off, but
but your audio is on.
yeah, you got to go there
Okay.
and turn your video on, Tim. You got to.
Yeah. Well, let me see here. Allow.
Okay, now it's just black.
I don't.
Yeah.
There you are. Turn your phone.
There we go.
Phone.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh Lord, this cannot.
There it is.
See, now we can talk some hockey on here.
Ladies and gentlemen, hockey intern.
It's me, the one and only.
So did you watch game 7? Did you watch game?
So I had, of course, I had church tonight, but I got in and we went out to eat afterwards, and I was keeping up with it on my phone as we were eating there, and I got in just in time. It was actually like 3 minutes left in the game when the most exciting part of the game. You know, everybody's standing watching that last few minutes that is so intense when you only got that one goal lead. You know, that is just intense hockey. It's nothing but, you know, you're just battling out for your life to keep that 1 point lead going. And man, did the Stars hang in there and make it look good.
Did Vegas
It
ever
was,
clear the net? Did they?
they did right at the end. And they actually got them in a 6-on-5 kind of a roundhouse around the goal there, going back and forth, and then they took some wild shots right there at the end. And of course, the Stars just flooded the net and was doing everything they could to keep that puck out. So yeah, that was pretty exciting. They fought them off, held them off right there at the end. It was good to see after memories of last year when it went the other way. You know, so and thinking now that Vegas is going home, that's a pretty good feeling. In the Stars going on to the next round.
So where do you stand on this? Because we've talked about it and you've heard us talk about it. But would you rather play Vegas later on in the playoffs, or would you rather go ahead and get them out of the way first round?
I think I would want to get them out of the way first round, and my thinking on that is just because, you know, the way you asked the question, I think I'd want to get them in the first round, and I think that if you give them that extra round and you give them that
They start
extra
building
series
confidence.
win, yeah, it just builds confidence, and this win for the Stars is going to do great things for them against Colorado. I still think it's going to be a huge uphill climb for the Stars to beat Colorado.
Well, see, that's strange because the fat boy has it as a slaughter. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even think Colorado's going to show up to play.
Well, he's still a young hockey fan, you know, but he'll get in there on him. He'll be a good hockey fan as well. But
Yeah, he's a little
yeah,
wet behind the ears whenever it
a
comes to
little wet
that.
behind the ears, man. Colorado's pretty tough, and just they got a good legacy going in the playoffs right now, and I think it's going to be good. It's going to be a battle.
But I think they're going to win. I think the Stars are going to win. So
I do too. I think the Stars can take them. I'm scared to say anything less than 7 because I just feel like at this round of hockey, all teams are equal pretty much, and it's just going to be tough, hard nosed hockey that wins this game or wins this series.
yeah.
Well, since you didn't get to watch the game prior to the last 3 minutes, right before halftime, Ottinger left the goal wide open, and they missed a shot by and Vegas missed a shot by this much. It hit the outside of the net. I mean, this game could have turned so many times,
Yeah.
so many different ways. That the whole net was wide open, and the Vegas guy missed it. One of their best shooters missed it. And the announcers couldn't believe he missed because I mean, I guess it's just one of them things. It was so open that he missed it, but it was wide. It was that was a close call, and you didn't see that
after the first or the second, Harris?
That was after the second.
Okay.
That was going right. I mean, that was going right as they were trying to go to the third period. There was such a close call for the Stars, and just the puck bouncing that way made the fact of what the ending was so much more sweeter. So I don't know.
Playoff hockey is so fun. It's so the level is just amped up the whole game versus regular season, and the energy levels, the adrenaline.
Have you been to a playoff game?
Yeah, I've been to I think 2 or 3 in Dallas. Saw St. Louis Blues defeat Dallas at home and in the playoffs here, I guess last year or year before last. And that was exciting. It's just amped up. The whole 3 period is just exciting. It's just at a different level when you go see them play in the playoffs.
And hockey fans are pretty intense year round, so playoff time it just goes to another level. I'm sure
all together.
Crazy. Yeah.
And I said
all
this,
together.
And I said this back when I went to my regular season game. For my money, now that I've seen it live, I've seen football live, baseball live, I've seen lots of sports live. There ain't none that to me that are as far as live sporting event goes, it's better than hockey now. And I've only been to one game. Imagine what a multitude of games would do for you if just one game did that to me. So just really,
if we could, we'll have to watch the tickets and see. We may can get us some nosebleed section seats and go up there and go. We may have to haul your ass in, but we'll get you up there.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no secret. That's why they call me the fat boy. If you're gonna haul me, you're gonna have to haul a big fat ass.
That's odd. At some point, they'll bring us a card or something through there.
Nobody
put him on the gurney and bring him on up.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about the fact that when we went to that game, that the fat boy went over there and kicked some kid out of his chair in the little hallway walking around there. Said, "Hey, you're gonna have to give me a minute."
I thought when Harris said, "Hey, y'all hold on a minute," I thought he was going over to get a drink or something. Next thing I know, he's asking that poor kid for his chair, and I thought, "What is going on?"
Yeah, ain't okay.
But it's all good. It's all good. Harris made some new friends.
Yeah, sure does.
That is one thing about the fat boy. He will
the fat boy made some friends
everywhere he goes. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I got to figure out this computer. I got to get Zoom downloaded. I'm on my phone, and I'll have to for the next time y'all go live. We can talk some more playoff hockey.
Yeah, we're still figuring this live thing out, as you could tell. So I mean, it's a struggle, but we'll get it all under control over here.
I got a question. Is anybody else tired of it raining except for me, or should I not say that out loud?
We've already talked about all the stuff I'm having to do because of the rain. So I mean, you've got my vote on being tired of it raining for a little while.
Yeah. Whew.
Well, Harris, as you know, I've been traveling around the long way, and you know what I mean when I say the long way for a week now, and now it's going to be another week. It looks like.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I saw some pictures. We can't take no more water. We finna have to build an ark.
I've got lakefront property here at my house now.
For sure.
I can see part of Chambers Creek down there.
Yep.
RC is backed up. Well, I'm gonna let
Yep.
you guys go and finish up with this. It's good chatting with y'all, and hopefully I can catch you again in the days ahead.
Be careful.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. See ya.
That's the part I like the most right there, Charlie.
That's the part you like the most?
Yeah. Because he knows how to respond to a particular saying.
Oh yeah. Instead of going, what are you talking about?
Exactly. Why would you say that?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, it's been a pretty good episode, I think. Took us a little while to build up.
If that was what you were working on, that was a very nice surprise.
There you go. There was your surprise. That's what I was working on.
Yeah, just what I need. Somebody else to come over here and make fun of me.
Yeah, well, I was slacking a little bit tonight, so I needed somebody else to come help out.
Help. I get it.
So, well, that's been our first live episode. We'll see everybody next time. We'll see if we get our stuff together a little better. Maybe it'll be a little smoother next time. All right, guys. We'll see y'all next time.